Get that going. Get that going. And then turn on... That's not right. That is not right. There we go. There we go. That's what we wanted. Hello, everyone. Hello. How are you? It is Monday night. It is Monday, June 11th. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing fantastic, and I'll tell you why. You know why I'm doing fantastic? Because I'm talking to my friend DBock. DBock, whenever I talk to DBock,
yes.
We always have such a great time. You don't understand. So I started the Discord call about 15 minutes ago. DBock and I have already been going for 15 minutes. We just blah, 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 weight loss, carbonated sodas, diet, working out, etc. Like we just get on the call, we just start. You don't understand. We started 15 minutes ago, and we are now taking a quick break to say hello to all of you. Thank you so much, Darth Bex, for coming in.
Exactly.
How's it going, DBock? As if I don't know, as if we haven't already been talking for 15 minutes.
No, it's great. I was actually saying I've had a wonderful day today. Like, I went out to Goodwill, found a couple of good deals.
Tell everyone about your premium deal.
Oh yeah. Well, me and Mom, we shop Goodwill every week. We try to go at least once a week, most of the time too. And we have 2 Goodwills within like almost walking distance. But we go to both of them. And today there was a brand new, like one of those ab lifter ones where like you can mount up on it and lift your legs up, or like do the pull-ups or the push-ups. And it was $50.
Dude.
50, and I'm telling you, it was brand new, like brand new.
I tell you, I love Goodwill. I love, Salvation Army. I love those places. I used to shop almost exclusively at those places when I lived in the city.
Sometimes I wonder what these people are thinking when they actually donate the stuff. Because like I get it, like clothes and stuff, I'll gladly take to Goodwill. But when I see stuff like that, like I can't mentally do that because I Craigslist. Offer up, Facebook. I mean, I would sell it. All these people are like, yeah, let's just drive. I mean, good for me because I can get it. I don't know.
I'll tell you exactly the mentality because my wife and I, we don't live near Goodwill. Like the closest Goodwill is a good 40 minutes away from us. We put stuff on Craigslist in the free section of Craigslist all the time, and it's just a matter of it's like we've used this and we no longer want it in our house. We want to get rid of it, and so we just put it on Craigslist and we're like, free, come pick it up. And then someone's like, I'll pick it up on Tuesday if you're going to be there Tuesday. We're like, or it's on the porch. Just come and take it. I think that's what
I don't know. I don't know if this is.
Oh, look at that.
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to show you, but
I think it shows up pretty well. Yeah.
Yep. $50. I'm like $50. Right. Come on.
I mean, brand new. That thing was probably $300.
That's how Probably, and that's how I got my couch too. Because we have one of those half moon couch, like a half octagon. It's two like 3-sided backs. So side to side, it has 6 sides on the back, and then there's 2 footstools that fit right into it to make it one full half octagon couch. And we got that for $70. I'm like, dude, you can't beat Goodwill.
I'm with you. By the way, I hear Lexi in the background. Yeah. I don't know if anyone else can hear it, but it just makes me happy.
Yeah,
she's just so adorable.
Becca always tells me, she's like, I don't know how you don't hear her. I'm like, because I have these noise canceling headphones on, and I'm usually listening to something. I'm like, everybody else can hear her on my stream because the microphone picks it up, but I don't ever hear her. I mean, I never hear her.
Like, like some people, I think when I first started watching you would occasionally apologize. Maybe it wasn't you. Someone else would apologize occasionally for, their kids making noise in the background. I was like, why apologize for that?
Mine's my dogs I apologize for. I don't apologize for my kids because that's just who I am. If you don't want the kids, then choose one of the other million streams that are on Twitch. My kids are part of me.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a part of who you are. It's a part of your identity. Right?
Absolutely. I was actually just thinking about today buying a Switch for myself, but also to get her into gaming because it's those cartoonish style games that are kind of easy to get the hang of. But like right now, we went to Best Buy today and they had it on display, and it was she kind of could get Mario to run around, but she didn't understand the concept that she was actually doing it. So I'm like, just a little bit longer,
Like
just
another
a little bit
year or
longer.
two, maybe.
Stay patient. You know, I'm like, stay patient, stay patient. I actually went to Best Buy to buy. I live in the great state of Florida, and I don't know if you know this, but in Florida we have the most lightning out of all the United States.
I know that. I remember reading a stat that people getting killed by lightning strikes happens more commonly in Florida than people getting bitten by sharks.
Yeah, and let me tell you what. Let me tell you, the storms that I have witnessed here in Florida, I've never even thought about seeing in Michigan. Never one time. I come down here and I jumped behind the couch, went over the back of the couch because how loud the thunder hit, a picture fell off the wall. I'm like, oh my God. Well, today we went to Best Buy because we're in rainy season. So in Florida, it rains every day. It's not if it's going to rain, it's when it rains tomorrow. After it rains tomorrow, then we can do after it rains, then we can move. So every single time it rains, for the most part, we have a power outage at least once. So I went to Best Buy to look for a battery backup, something that could run my computer and a monitor and look up something that can, Rock and
Rage coming in. Rock and Raid.
Yes. Oh, I like that.
Yes.
With the Rock and Raid.
Okay. Why is that popping up? There we go. Shout out Rock and Rage. Our brother Rock knows how much I love him. Yeah, he was playing some Dead
Rock,
Cells.
yes.
I was watching him right up until I called you. And I was like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta call DBock.
It doesn't look like a game that I would necessarily play, but I love watching it because it's almost like an old school. It's like a slide screen Mortal Kombat almost. Like you're like, not Mortal Kombat. That's same movements, but like
or Metroid?
That's what I kind of get.
Okay,
Metroid a little bit.
So that kind of a game is often called Metroidvania. It's a Metroidvania style game.
Okay.
I don't like platformers for the most part. I don't like playing that style game. I love Dead Cells. I don't know what it is about that game. It's just so addictive.
I'll have to try it. Just like we do in Proper Nerds always. We just try everybody else's game over and over.
You just see someone play the game, and you're like, oh, I like this person, and they're playing that.
I like that. I want to play
it. Rock and Rage was going to play Fallout 4, right? He wanted to get into Fallout. He's like, I'm going to play Fallout 4 again. I'm like, dude, you should try Fallout New Vegas. I think it's the best Fallout game. And he's like, okay. So he got Fallout New Vegas on sale on like GOG, I think. And then he was playing that on Sunday, and I'm watching him off and on all day Sunday. And I just keep thinking, I want to reinstall New Vegas now. Like
I tell you, it's.
Which
awesome.
direction, Rock?
I'm off. Left or right, Rock? Left or right? Left or right?
It's the audio issues are never ending. I swear to God.
You know, and I don't understand that. And I'll be honest, whenever you say that, I don't have audio issues, but my audio's just. I don't know what you do to like make it less or more. He thinks it's way out in front. Because
that is really weird because I've got the sync offset at 0, but so he thinks it's way out in front. So
I know nothing.
DBock, just point up your finger and just say like 1 as you put your finger up.
All right, ready? 1.
And we'll wait and see what Rock says. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is like, I've never played with my audio. I've always just set it to desktop audio and left it. So I don't know the sync issues. I've never had them before. I've never dealt with them.
It is never ending. It is never ending. Finger went up way before the audio. Okay, so let me try a sync offset of 1 second.
There we go.
And we'll see if that fixes it.
So what I was saying though is I went to go get a battery backup for just in case the power goes out and I'm streaming like the other day when I just got raided with like 20 people, and as soon as I got raided, I'm like, I'm chilling, boom, power goes out, everything shuts off, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, yo, coming in with the biddies, wild one.
Oh, whoop whoop.
got that pride. Let me know if that's better. Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, dude, did you know that the power supplies are like $200 for the big one, right? 1,500 volts or amps or whatever the hell it is. It's saying that it's 150 minutes of runtime.
Yeah, but you know what? With those 150 minutes, a lot of times
You
it's
have to break it in half. You have to break it in half because you have more.
Right. Or it's like 150 minutes if all you're doing is running a laptop, you know. What? Now his audio is gone. Yeah, I'm still seeing his audio pegging on the meter. I put him at -3 seconds, so I don't know. No, I hate them, DBock. No, I can't even respond to that jokingly. It is the #1 hardest part about streaming for me. Oh my god. Alright. Alright, hold on. Here's what we're gonna do. Hold on. Alright? You just hold on for 1 second. Everyone hold on. Let me just do that real quick. I'm gonna disconnect and I'll reconnect to this call real quick. Okay? I should have told you, leave the call. And then I'll call you right back. Okay, can you hear me? Alright. Let me go back over here. And I'll go to Advanced Audio Properties. And maybe -3000 was a little off. Let me put that at -2000 milliseconds. I'm going to try setting a down mix to mono, too.
I was going to say, I didn't hear myself answer you.
Alright. I guess
now I can hear myself
we'll see
again.
If that works. All right. If I try to check the audio, the stream right now, everyone will hear it, and it will be a giant mistake. But let me go ahead and just see what it looks like, dude. I'm getting these crazy pops too. So I don't know.
I think the audio is ahead of.
Yeah.
I think the audio is ahead of.
Yeah.
Yeah. The audio is ahead of the image now. I know you love it, man. I can't tell you how I can just see how much you love it. Oh man.
Dude, you have no idea. People always go, what's the hardest part about streaming? Like, is it building your network? Is it building your audience? Is it blah, 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 blah? I'm like, no. It's just, all it is, honestly, it's getting the audio to work correctly. That's it. Dude, if I could get my audio to work correctly every single time,
do you use, like, an audio for you and then an audio for everybody else?
I'm not 100% sure what you mean.
Well, like, just so you know, before I go on, I think you have it set fine now. I think it's spot on.
Okay.
But anyway, what I was going to say was, like, when you change the audio offset, does it offset you?
Okay, so when I change the audio offset, I never hear a delay. It's a problem with the encoding in OBS. And I'm hoping that once I start getting the dual PC setup going, once I get my goal of getting the capture card and I get a audio mixer and I get a capture card, I can start really fine-tuning it, and that locks it in. Right. I think a large part of the problem is the computer that I stream from is like 2.5 years old now, which isn't terribly old, but until you consider it was about $1,000 computer when I bought it.
Right.
So, you know, $1,000 computer, when you buy it, is a good computer.
Right.
But 2.5 years later, it's shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, I bought my computer before I ever stepped into streaming.
That won't be the same with you building your own.
No, I mean I
Because-
spent almost $2,000 on the PC I just built. I mean and on top of that I future proofed it. So
What CPU did you get? I'm curious on the parts.
you know what? I'll just if you are looking at the stream, I had this command set up for the Saturday stream, but it's Intel i7 8700 CPU.
Is that the 6-core one or is that the 4-core? Is it 4-core? I haven't. See,
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I'm talking to DBock right now
I think
because
it's 6.
I'm talking to DBock right now because the so I have a 6-core computer already. That's what I already have.
Mm-hmm.
The computer I bought for her is an i5. So it's a quad core. That's it. Just quad core, nothing. So there is also a monitor coming out. Supposed to be out this month. That's a 5K ultra wide. So it's like 5120 by I don't know 2160 or something. It's enormous pixels, the same size as my monitor now. So just imagine the 34-inch squashed in like 3,000 or 4,000 more pixels. It's going to be so clear. Well, it's $1,500. But I've been planning for the last 6 months that as soon as it releases to buy it.
Okay.
But I'm starting to think that if she's going to actually be streaming and doing all that, to upgrade my CPU and motherboard to one of the newer cards.
Give her your current CPU to upgrade her CPU.
To her upgrade her CPU so she can do it. So, because for the same money, I can upgrade all of my stuff in my computer and then build her pretty much a brand new computer, or just stick to buying the monitor. So I'm in the middle right now. I don't know what to do.
I'm going to be honest. I go over to Coyote Wildfire's house, and he's got this massive monitor, right? He's got 3 monitors. His main monitor is the
4K.
huge.
Right.
No, it's not even a 4K.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, it's not. But it's just very large, right? And I constantly thought, like, boy, I'd like to get a bigger monitor, but my wife would kill me if I did, so I'd better not. But, like, honestly, man, I'm really happy with my main monitor, which is, I don't know. God, I don't even, whatever. My point is, 1920 by 1028 is like is a perfect resolution for me.
1920 by 1080 is good.
Like,
no, it's good. It's absolutely good. I can tell you though, I was saying the same thing until I got my 1440. 100% honest. Which, so if you don't want to upgrade, you plan on staying that, don't go look at any other monitors.
I'm not going to. Dude, my wife would literally divorce me if I started buying new monitors. Listen, I was telling this story on Saturday. I've been with my wife for 10 years, right? So we just celebrated our 9-year wedding anniversary.
Congratulations.
And we were dating for, I don't know, like a year and a half before that, right?
Okay.
So, in the entire time she's known me, I've gone through like 7 monitors. And she's like, how can you go through that many monitors? Right?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you have to understand though, 2 of them were 2 that I bought at a yard sale that died. One died in 3 months and one died like 4 months after that.
I got you.
Like they were just shitty monitors.
Yeah.
But I mean, ignoring that, it's like, yeah, she hates how much money I spent on monitors over the time she's known me. She's just like, just buy a monitor and keep it and be happy. And I'm like, nah. In fact, when Coyote is here, I made a comment about I'd love to get another monitor. Dude, I thought she was going to grab a knife and stab me in the face.
I told Becca back when we got together, I was like, one of my biggest things is video gaming and electronics. I was like, so if you have a problem with video gaming and electronics, like, I'm not the guy for you, because I said, most of my money goes towards video gaming and electronics. I said, if you are with me though, I mean, this is back when I was like getting with, if you are with me, you tell me what you want and you'll have it. So she ended up deciding to date me and whatever, and we were going, and like the first like 4 months we were together, I went out and bought her an iMac. or not an iMac, a MacBook Pro.
Okay.
And she was like, "Oh my god!" And she's had one ever since, and I replaced it. Not too long. Not too long ago.
I know you got her that beautiful Wacom, right?
Oh man,
what was it? The bamboo tablet?
Yeah, it's a Wacom paper tablet.
Yeah. She showed it on stream, and it was like, wow, that thing is gorgeous.
I'm actually pissed about that, and I'll tell you why. So I go to the store, to Best Buy, and I find like the best one they had, which is the biggest, best one. That's the paper one where you can unplug it and take it with you.
Mm-hmm.
Draw on a piece of paper what you want, and then when you plug it into your computer, it will upload it as a file. Pretty awesome. I absolutely love it. Well, then she's like, "Oh, have you seen this one?" I'm like, "What?" They have one that's an actual tablet, like a PC tablet from Wacom that does all the same shit, except it's a built-in screen and all this, so you can see what you're doing. And I'm like, "How much is that one?" Well, it was only
it's like $50 more, like some minimal amount more.
It was like $200 more,
okay.
but still minimal compared to what I paid for this paper. I'm like, really? I'm like, I could have bought that one instead of this one. I'm like, oh well. I'm like, it is what it is. You got what you got for now. I said, I'll replace it down the road maybe, but.
Dude, see, now my wife's the opposite way. Like, for her birthday, I want to say 2 years ago, she was doing all of her computing from a tablet because her laptop died. And she's like, "Oh, it's okay. I've got a Windows tablet." Like, it was a Windows brand tablet. I can't remember what company made it. You know, probably Compaq or something. Whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And so she was doing all of her computing for the tablet, and she was fine with that. Like, whatever. And I kept going, like, how can you, like, don't you need, like, an actual computer? It's so slow, and it just... So... me and all of her friends and her mother and my family and my sister all chipped in various amounts, and her sister all chipped in various amounts, from anywhere from $20 to $100, and I bought her like a pretty nice laptop. And now she doesn't need much. She needs, like, you know, email and she's not a,
just the basic stuff. Yep.
I mean, like, when she plays games, she goes to Pogo.com to play games.
Right.
Or she goes to Facebook and plays Facebook games.
I know. I love it when you ask people. You're like, "Oh, do you game a little bit?" They're like, "Yeah, I play like, you know, the arcade games on Yahoo."
Dude, but that's where some people are at. That's what they like. Well, anyways, my wife's at that. So I bought her this laptop, and she used it for like 6 months, and then I noticed she just really wasn't using it anymore, and then finally one day I realized she hadn't used it in like a month. I'm like, "What's wrong with it?" She goes, "Oh, it's not starting." I'm like, "How long?" She goes, "Oh, I don't know, for a month or two." And I look, and it's like not booting right. And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll reformat the hard drive. Where are the discs?" "I don't know."
See, well, I guess it's the same way here. Becca is super low key, like, you know, low maintenance. Low maintenance. As long as what she has works, she couldn't care less. I'm like, when we go to cars, what's your favorite car? You know, as long as it gets me from point A to point B. I'm like, what kind of computer do you want? You know, what it is. I mean, once I switched her to Mac, because I had a Mac right when I started just being into computers a lot, and once I switched her to Mac, she was pro Mac everything. Like, I need everything Mac, which Mac is good if you want to use it for exactly what it's made for. So music, videos, and that's about it. If you're not going to use it for music or video editing, it's not at all what anybody's looking for. Because, like, Windows, I had to switch over to game. Yeah. I ended up selling my iMac, and the reason why was because of the fact that the iMac was like literally I had partitioned it, boot camped it. So I had Windows 10 on one side and I had Mac on the other. And for the last 8 months I used it, it never left Windows.
Yeah.
It never left Windows because everything I did was on Windows. So I was like, you know what? Let me just sell this and I'll build a computer. And that's where we are today, is the computer. Which I was so happy to see that you bought the case that I have.
Yeah, we have the NZXT case with the black and the blue.
NZXT 340 or S340 with the black blue. Yep, that's exactly my case.
Yeah. Dude, I did my research, and at first I was going to get a full tower case, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, honestly...
You don't need that. It's way too big.
Yeah. I mean, my main reason for thinking about getting a full tower case was literally just because I wanted to make sure I was future-proofing. And also I thought, well, if I go full tower, then there's that much more airflow inside. And then I'm like, I don't want to spend an extra $60, and it's going to take up so much more room.
And like, you bought a liquid cooler?
No.
Oh, you have the air cooler on it?
Yeah. I got a nice, dude, the CPU cooler that I've got on there, it's a Nocta. It's loaded. I mean, here, I don't know if you can see that injury on my finger.
Yeah.
I was working inside the case and the fan was on, and I just like my finger just it just I was like, just took a big old chunk of skin right off my finger.
With this computer, the airflow that's in the front, top, and back, it's so much airflow in this case, you won't have to worry about cooling problems.
The one thing that we did do is Coyote reversed the fan so that the fan on the back, instead of blowing air out, sucks air in. Because the way the CPU fan is mounted, that way the air is going in the same direction. So it goes in the back, and then there's a space there, and then it hits the fan, which continues to blow air, that way. And then it creates overpressure inside the case, which then gets sucked up through the fan in the top.
That's not bad. That's not a bad way. See, mine's opposite only because of the fact that I actually have a liquid cooler. So the liquid cooler's in front of the case, which is pulling air in through the front, and then it's pushing it out through the top and out through the back.
Yeah.
So it's pulling it into a U shape. But anyway, I was just like, oh my god, he bought the same kit. Like, they have a S340 Pro, I think, and like the whole side is glass.
Glass.
And I'm like, why would you want to show the part at the bottom that's covering your power supply and your hard drives and shit? That's stupid.
Well, I thought I did almost get that, and then I thought to myself, you know what? However I set it up, I'm gonna have it set up so the window is facing away from me, anyways. I don't really like looking at the guts of the computer. Like,
really?
When I'm looking at a tower, I want the tower to be as inconspicuous and unseen as possible. So right now, the tower is sitting behind my monitor
and facing the wall.
Yeah,
see,
the plastic
behind the monitor, but I love to see it, so it's actually facing me, so I can see it.
See, no, mine, the acrylic window is facing the wall. If all the lights in the room are off, I can see a glow on the wall.
Yeah.
Because there's all those LEDs on the inside of the case that are pointless.
What graphics card did you put?
Honestly, that's what it comes down to, man. When I'm building a computer, when I'm looking at computer parts, don't give me something pointless. You know? Like, I just want the computer to just work and be normal and function. I don't want worthless extra shit.
See, but that's where the market is different, because you agree with that. I love all the LEDs and color change and shit and all that. I love it. Like, there was two cars. There was a 1080 Ti that was like a regular 1080 Ti. Then they had the 1080 Ti Superclock, and the Superclock came with the upgraded cooling system that had that RGB lighting in it. So of course, which one did I go with? The one with the upgraded cooling system. Of course, you have to. See, Rock and Rage agrees with me. He loves the color changes too.
I don't get it. Well, I want my visuals and I want my graphics to be here on the screens in front of me.
Well, of course.
I don't care what the computer looks like.
I think of it like this. Like, when I buy a car, I want the car to look nice because I spent a lot of money on it. I want people to see how nice the car is. Well, I spent a lot of money on my computer, so I like spicing it up so when people look at it, they're like, oh my god, that computer's beautiful. And I'm like, I know it is.
Now, see, I'm the same way with cars, man. If my car looks like shit, I don't care as long as it works, like reliable, gets me from there to there. If it's got a nice stereo system inside, then that's great. But again, that's all what my functionality is. If I'm outside, it's got dings and dents and like,
it is what it is.
I don't care. I don't care what it looks like to other people.
Yeah, I guess mine. I actually was just talking to my friend about this. I think it's a brag factor for me, and I'm humbled because I know I have stuff that a lot of people don't, but I work my ass off to get it. So when I get it, I don't want to say it's bragging necessarily, because I don't go out there and I'm like, ha ha ha, look what I got. But I can say I have a 1080 Ti. I have an ultra wide. I did spend the money on this, and they're like, oh my god, I wish I could get that. And I guess that I wish I could, and I did, makes me feel like I'm doing something. I'm working hard enough that I'm doing something right.
I totally get that. I really, honest to God, I totally do.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a pompous prick.
Literally, my viewers kicked in a third of the cost of the new computer.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, of course.
More than a third, really.
That's good.
More than a third, and I just feel like what I want is the reason why I did this is I want to be able to put on the best possible stream for my viewers that I possibly can.
Right.
I don't know. It's here's another thing too. Like going back to the whole car thing. I grew up in the city. If you have a nice car, you're increasing the chance someone's going to smash your window and steal your radio.
Of course. Well,
if you have a shitty car.
Yeah. No, of course. And I get that. I mean, it's just like when I was growing up, we never had shit. We never had nothing. Like, I think our first computer we had was like a green screen, play Risk kind of thing, back when like the new Windows was out and stuff. So and my parents paid like $50 for it, and they were like, you just got to deal with it. We never had anything. So I guess when I was growing up, they were like, if you want a PlayStation 2, you got to go out and buy it. Well, I was like, I don't know. I was in 7th grade when the PlayStation 2 came out, if that makes you feel old. Well, I told them, okay, if I had to buy it, then it's going to be mine. And they're like, yeah. So that's what I did. I went out, I busted my ass, I worked for it, I bought it from the pawn shop. And one of the only things they couldn't take from me after I bought it was my PlayStation, because I told them, if I'm going to buy it, it's mine.
See, I remember my first video game was the original Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah.
And my dad was actually against it. He didn't want me having video games. He was of that mindset, they'll rot your brain. Now, we had only, in the past year or two beforehand, gotten our first television.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
I was 8 years old when my family got our first TV. You know what I mean? Just to put this in a little bit of context. So I was like, I want to get a Nintendo, blah, 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 blah. And finally, my mom came up with this agreement. She goes, okay, well, I know that you go out and mow neighbors' lawns and save up your money, blah, blah, blah. She goes, I'll make you a deal. She goes, I'll give you chores around the house, and I'll write, and there was a piece of paper on the fridge, and she would write down chores I did, and every chore she would assign a dollar value to. And she goes, but you have to save up half of it. She goes, I'll match dollar for dollar what you spend on your Nintendo. She goes, but you do have to share with your brother, when he wants to play. Now, my brother is 5 years younger than me, so, like, I was 10, he was 5. I knew it would be mostly mine. It's like, okay. So that was a pretty fair deal to me at the time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I remember it was $150, because I got the one with the gun.
Yep. Of course, you had to have the gun for duck hunt.
I spent the entire summer going out, mowing lawns, weeding neighbors' gardens.
Yep.
Like, I was doing it. I remember when I would do something and my neighbor would pay me $5. I was like, yes, $5.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was doing to get it. And I finally got it. And that in my head, from way back when, something wired. If I want it, I buy it.
Yeah.
And now that's how I live. Everybody's like, well, why do you drive that? You could save so much money. I'm like, you're absolutely right. I could. But if I die tomorrow, I'll die happy because I did everything I wanted to do at the time I wanted to do it. I'm like, it is what it is. But I'm blessed enough to be able to do that. Like, I don't remember who I was talking to. I was talking to somebody. I was like, I don't live outside my means. I'm kind of, I don't. He said it doesn't. Beer, that beer budget with the champagne taste kind of thing. Yeah, well, it happens.
Dude, I drained my bank account to build this new PC. I drained my savings account, like my safety budget. I basically drained it.
But realistically, Rocket Rage says, don't die tomorrow, by the way. Look, if they get me my CPAP machine finally, I won't. But I die every single night right now, okay?
Dude, can I just tell you something, man? I gotta tell you, like, you ever hear the saying, like, money doesn't buy happiness?
Yes. All the time.
How bullshit of a saying is that?
It's such a bullshit saying. When I buy my stuff, I'm like a little girl. I'm like, oh my god, look! Like, you should have seen it when the 1080 Ti came in. I already had a 980 Ti. It's not like that card was old. And it comes in, and I'm like,
you know what? I agree. Money can't buy you happiness, but you know what? Money can certainly rent you happiness. Like, it can make you happy for a while, and then, like,
see how I say it. How I say it is, money can't buy me happiness, but it can buy me things that make me happy. So that's pretty much how it works for me.
Well, you know what the other thing too is? Like, even if it's true, even if it's 100% true that money can't buy you happiness, being broke sure as fuck makes you unhappy.
Yes, that is true. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I just, like I said, I live where if I want it, I buy it. I don't mind rolling credit cards. What's up, DBock? Coming in.
That's for you, DBock.
Woo. If I want it, I buy it. I don't hesitate, because all these people, like, I have a couple friends at work, they're like, oh my god, man, I just spent $1,000 on X amount of whatever, and they're like, no, I gotta work overtime and stuff. I'm like, dude, I've seen your bank account. I'm like, you've got $14,000 in your savings. I'm like, you were just at 15. Okay, so you spent $1,000. I know. I'm like, dude, if I had $15,000 in my bank account, it definitely wouldn't be in my fucking bank account. I can tell you that.
You know what, man? That's the reason why I love my wife so much. I'm like that too, where I'm like, well, I've got $1,005 in my bank account. I'll spend it all on a computer, right? My wife is the financial planner of the family. The one thing that we did that was very good is, at one point we were trying to get our credit rating to a point when we were buying the house. We took all of our credit cards except for one and canceled them all and cut them all up. Well, I don't even know if we canceled them all, but we made sure they were paid down to zero. And then
I was going to say, yeah, you don't really want to.
Yeah, we got rid of
them. They say canceling your card is a good thing. It's not.
No,
it's really not. It's
like,
not good.
I think we technically still have like 4 or 5 credit cards in our name, but they're paid off to zero, and we got rid of the cards. And when they send us new ones in the mail because they expire, we cut them up and throw them away. And we've got one credit card that has a really high limit, that we can put a lot on if we ever needed to.
So that way you can go. You have a backup if something happens. See, I have a lot of cards with a little bit stretched across them. But I don't mind, like I said, I don't mind rolling the cards. Right. Everybody's like, well, the interest. I'm like, yeah, but once again, I don't mind paying extra to have it now.
See, my wife is really good about, if we can't pay off everything the month that it's due, like she'll pay it way down to the point where she knows she can pay it off next month, and then we don't use it next month.
Now, that's one thing I can say, honestly, I can't do. I can't pay off. That.
Like, she freaks out on those times where she's like, oh no, we're going to get interest because I can't pay it all the way off this month. I'm like, well, how much are we paying in interest? Like, another $22? Like, it's not the end of the world.
It's really not. It's really not. Now, but like, I know you talk about your computer and how you got rid of whatever, all your money and stuff, but realistically, this is your job. This is your job. This is what you do.
Yeah.
So you it's not really that you blew the money. It's more or less you just use the money for your job.
That's exactly what I told my wife. And that's exactly what I told myself. I said, listen, I'm running a 2.5-year-old computer that was only $1,000 computer when I bought it. This is an investment. If I'm trying to make Twitch streaming my career, if I'm trying to make that my living, and I've been doing it now for over a year and a half, and I feel like it's a slow but eventual build, and I can see growth if I look back every 3 months, I know that I'm doing better than where I was 3 months ago every 3 months. You know what I mean?
Traveler, I did not get to fly yet. This. Oh,
dude, these speakers are just the worst. Oh, you got it. Good job.
I got it. Finally.
Yeah. Anyways, my point was, I have to look at the computer as an investment. This is it'd be like if you had to drive to work. Man. Sometimes you've got to buy a car.
I did. That's why I got my Camaro. Yeah. Honestly, I had a 2011 Camaro. I bought January 4th, 2011. I bought it brand new because I was driving a 95 Dodge Neon, and that car kept breaking down on me. Every 6 months it'd break down and it would be something different. And I told Becca, I'm done. I'm going to buy something because I was driving for work. And by the time I sold it, I paid it off in like 7.5 years, I think it was. And it had 86,000 miles on it.
Dude, can I tell you a quick story?
Of course.
Because you just made me think of it.
Of course.
Back in the early 2000s, I had a 1995 Dodge Neon, like, coupe. Like, and it was just a 2-door little thing. And his name was Perry because it was a periwinkle blue Dodge Neon. And it was, and I used to say it was the gayest car. I loved that Neon.
I loved mine. I loved it. Mine was 4-door.
It was such a blast to drive, and that thing would run for weeks on a full tank of gas. I don't know. I don't know how I couldn't. Like, I was like, I'd drive for a week, and I'd look at the tank, and I'd be like, it looks like it's still on full. Like, I couldn't like when I first got it. I used to be like, I think the gas gauge is broken, and I'd go to fill it up, and it'd be like, oh, it only took $4.26 worth of gas. Okay,
Well, I screwed up because I had a Honda Civic, and I had a whole bunch of shit, and then I switched over to the Camaro, and the Camaro was a 6-cylinder, and I was only getting like 20 miles per gallon versus by like 35 miles per gallon. I'm like, this sucks. But I mean, I loved it, and now I got the truck because I needed the space for the kiddos, man. Like, the family grew, so the vehicle had to. I couldn't fit shit, and I could barely fit myself in the Camaro. Like, somebody like you, who's like 6, what are you, 6'3"?
6'3" and some change.
Okay, you would be big for that car. You would probably hate it. You'd probably hate it because it wasn't made for tall people.
Have you ever seen Coyote's car? He's got what the the R-Type.
Yep, the R-Type or Type R Honda. Yeah, dude.
When I ride in the passenger seat of that car, I'm like, oh my god, I can understand why people get into these types of cars.
Because it's like this seat right here. It's like the sheriff's seat. It hugs you. It hugs you. You got the harness and everything.
I could never drive that car.
No? No. You don't like it?
It's too small.
Too small.
Too small. And when I get out of it, I feel like I'm climbing up. I need a ladder to climb up out of it.
It is short. Dude, like I said, I had to get something. Now I got the 6-passenger Silverado crew cab. I mean, I got both car seats in there, and then I could fit 4 more people in there with the car seats. I'm like, this is amazing.
Plus, let's be honest, you got the 2 little babies, and you want something that's going to protect them. And
of course,
you know, if some idiot hits you, you want,
DBock says Twitch Mobile sucks big monkey balls. She just wants everyone to know that.
Can I just say something? I use Twitch Mobile a lot, and I only ever use it when I'm on Wi-Fi, and I never have problems with it.
Let me tell you this. Whenever I'm on Twitch and I'm on Wi-Fi, it fucking buffers until I turn it off my Wi-Fi.
Really?
And then but like if I get in my truck and I start playing it, it buffers even on my phone. So I'm like, you know what? I just barely even use it. I barely use it. I can't ever get it to work.
Honestly, I would say Twitch Mobile, for me, buffers the same amount as a hardwired Ethernet connection to my internet when I'm on my computer. Like, that's just one of those things. I've never had a problem with Twitch Mobile.
I can't stand it. I can't stand Twitch. I did upgrade. I did upgrade my plan to unlimited plan though. So now I can watch all of you beautiful people whenever I'm away from my house and I don't have to worry about my data.
Well, there you go.
So
I noticed that DBock is not a Twitch Prime sub. Are you Twitch Prime, DBock?
I am. She shares it. Mm-hmm. But she, like the sub, right. She can't sub because I'm subbed to somebody.
So when she goes to watch someone, does she ever get advertisements?
No. She gets the advertisements, or she doesn't get advertisements, and she can take the Twitch Prime stuff, but if she accepts it on her account, I can't.
Yeah. Well, here's where I was going with this, though. When Coyote was here on Saturday, after we ended our stream, he pulled up on Twitch Mobile, and he went to see who I was hosting into, and he had to watch an advertising. I'm like, dude, you don't have Twitch Prime? He's like, no. And I'm like, if you're serious about Twitch and you're on Twitch, why would you not get Twitch Prime? Like I can understand if you don't want to get Amazon Prime because you don't use Amazon, but like...
I can show you the conversation that him and I had today. Today. I'm talking like 12 hours ago. And I told him, I think I could share my Amazon Prime. And he's like, yeah, but unfortunately I'm already tied into mine. There's no unfortunate, you just de-tie it. You just desync yours, sync mine, and then you can use Twitch Prime.
Rock and Rage doesn't
Rock and Rage.
I would definitely recommend Twitch Prime to anyone who spends a lot of time watching Twitch. That's all I'm saying.
My thing is I have Amazon Prime because I'm ordering stuff from Amazon, from diapers and wipes to computer parts and all that stuff endlessly. And if I want to go buy a $3 cord and have it shipped to my house, I don't want to have to spend $5 in shipping. And everybody's like, well, you spend $100 a year. I'm like, but I buy so much that my 2-day shipping is making up for it in all the stuff I buy, because I could buy a $3 item and have it shipped to my house 2 days.
For free. Yeah, I mean, my wife and I have done the math almost every single year with Amazon Prime. For the first 2 or 3 years that we had Amazon Prime, we would do the math. And we'd figure out, usually by March or April, we're like, okay, we've made back the money that we spent on Amazon Prime by April.
Yep.
That we would have spent on shipping. Plus, we got 2-day shipping instead of sometimes 7-day shipping.
Yep.
If you order from Amazon, it's a no-brainer to get.
It's a no-brainer.
Amazon Prime.
And I can say that a lot of times, like for you, Rock and Rage, and I don't think Coyote's here, but for you guys, if you've never had it before, they offer it for like cheap the first year.
Yeah.
Like you get your first year for
like
almost
for $20
shit
or something.
And if you didn't know, which most people do, Twitch is actually owned by Amazon. And that's why we could get the Twitch Prime, because of the fact that Amazon owns it and you could just tie it. But from the zero ads and being able to subscribe to somebody for free every month and being able to get all the free games. Dude, I don't know. I've gotten, 30 games, I think, since I've started my Twitch Prime account. I mean, there's so many games that they give away for free. So much stuff in games and shit. It's
so many good games too. Like I was playing Tales from Candlekeep on Thursday, and someone's like, "Oh yeah, this is one of the free Twitch Prime games." I was like, "Oh, was it?" And then I went back and looked. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I guess I have it both on Steam and Twitch." Dude, but that's the thing. I tell people, I'm like, look, do you subscribe to anyone on Twitch? And everyone's always like, oh yeah, I subscribe to like 3 or 4 people. I'm like, okay, well, instead of spending $5 a month on that, if you do just Twitch, it's not called Prime, it's called Twitch Turbo.
Okay.
As if you spend the $5 on Twitch Turbo, you get there's your free sub. There's your sub every month. So you just do that instead of subbing to someone.
That's brilliant. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. And I'm like, if you spend a significant amount of time watching people on Twitch, if you're subbed to at least one person on Twitch, it's worth it. Just because you never get advertisements. And I hate advertisements.
Oh, God, so do I. Which I got an Android phone, right? And I was like, yes, I can do everything. The only thing that you can't do on an unrooted Android phone is block all the ads. You have to root the phone to block the ads. And I'm like, I'm not going to root my phone because I know it's just like jailbreaking. I know what it does to it. And I'm like, fuck my life.
Honestly,
like, God bless it.
I don't get ads on my phone. Like, I hear people talk about that all the time.
Rooted, I'm talking, when you root your phone and you go to take the ads off, it takes the ads off everything. Like games, browsers, everything.
I don't know what people are doing on their phones that they get all these ads. Like, I have 2 games. I have 2 games that I play on my phone. Hearthstone, which almost never gets played, and Backgammon. And that's it. Those are the only games I play on my phone. Other than that, it's a text messaging and Twitch watching device.
That's because you're old.
What's that, Sonny?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I play a whole shit ton of stuff on it, dude. This is my lifeline when I'm away from my computer.
I think I told you this. My wife has the same phone as you, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. I love this freaking phone.
Dude, when she first got that phone, she hated it. She hated the little side button. She hated the little. Now she loves it. She dropped it and cracked the screen. The screen's cracked, but it's still usable. And she's like, when I get a new phone, I'm getting another one of these phones. I love this phone.
Yeah. Dude, there's so much to it. I actually I've had it for, I don't know, 6 or 7 months now. I think probably longer than that. But I just now found out that it has biometrics unlocking, where I don't even use, because I never use the fingerprint in the back because you have to actually reach up and grab it. No. Now I bring it up, I light it up, and when it just sees me, it unlocks. I'm like, dude, this is fucking brilliant.
Mine has the same thing, but this particular model is the LG V10. The fingerprint sensor there to do the fingerprint unlock, it is notoriously bad. So everyone I know that has had a V10 says, yeah, it's never worked quite right. But the face unlock works fine. But you want to know something?
Dude,
you want to know something? That's how I unlock my phone.
Right.
Well, I don't lock my phone. I just
I don't lock it. I don't lock it because I'm afraid of people getting into it. I lock it because there's a couple apps that I use that, like my bank app, it will use my fingerprint. But to use my fingerprint, my phone has to be locked. So that way I can just sign into it without having to type in any of my shit. It just says, swipe your fingerprint. I'm like, click, and it logs into my bank account. So that's the only reason why I have it locked. But it also has the feature where when I'm at a certain location on the map, it stays unlocked. So like when I'm at home, it's never locked.
That's
and
cool.
I think Becca's getting home.
The only time I ever lock my phone is on days I substitute. I throw a lock on for that day.
I got you.
And that's just in case, because I'll set my phone down on the desk as I'm teaching. And just in the off chance that one of the kids says, oh, I want to take a look at his phone.
Well, I mean, they'll see all those dick pics I sent you.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't have that.
Yeah. Yep.
We can't have that.
That's exactly why. I'm not going to lie.
We were sitting at a restaurant one time, and my wife asked to use my phone. And I was like, no. And our friend was sitting there, and she's like, well, why are you so worried about it? I said, I'm not worried about it. She can see it. And she's like, well, what do you got on there that you're hiding? I said, dick pics. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, no, I'm serious. And I opened my phone, and I said, look. And I just started going through my photos, and it's just random photos of dicks. Just random dicks.
Just so many dicks.
So many. And she's like, why the fuck do you have all these dick photos on your phone? I said, so when my friends talk shit to me, I just send them a dick photo. I said, but it's usually just saved in my camera roll, and I never delete it. I said, so like, if one of my friends talk shit, I just send them a dick photo. I'm like, it's not because I actually look at them. It's because I use them for for payment. This is what you get for fucking talking shit to me.
Oh God.
True stories. True stories.
I don't even know. Well, my wife and I have a very simple policy. It's you want to use my phone, go ahead and pick it up, go through my text messages, I hide nothing from my wife. She wants to use it's just like, let me see your phone. Here you go. I don't care. There's nothing on here that I'm embarrassed about her seeing.
Nothing.
And that includes naked pictures from people.
Nice. Yes.
Whatever. I don't care. She knows.
Hey,
I don't hide anything from my wife. Literally, do you want to know when I hid things from my wife? I can tell you in the last year that there were times when I actually hid things from my wife. Now, not counting things like surprise birthday presents from her and things like that. That doesn't count. But when we first started dieting, I was having a really hard time at first. So sometimes I would buy potato chips and hide them, and then I would eat them. And I didn't want her to know that I was, like, cheating on the diet.
Of course.
That's, like, and I felt so guilty about that. You know what I mean? I felt so guilty.
Rock and Rage sounds like DBock's private little spank bank. Yay.
Yes.
Not only am I Prime on Twitch, but I'm also Prime on Pornhub. So,
wow.
I mean, you got to skip the ads there, too. I mean, come on. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't even know if they have. I'm sure they do, but I don't even know.
Listen, I'm sure not only do they have Pornhub Prime, but I'm sure a lot of people pay for it.
Oh,
I'm sure there are.
Oh, I bet. But porn's free. Why would anybody pay for porn? Like when I see these sites. See, I do. Okay, I do a lot of downloading. I won't say illegal stuff. I'll say borrowed stuff. I download a lot of borrowed stuff. Okay.
Let me just say for the record, anyone watching, that twitch.tv/DoseDrive does not condone any illegal behaviors or activities of any sort. DBock is his own man, and whatever he chooses to do might just be a story. He might not even be telling this. He may just be making this up. So continue, DBock.
I'm completely lying when I say this stuff.
So, anyways, continue your completely fictitious story.
Anyway, so I get a lot of ads that pop up all over the damn place. And it's like the ad blocker almost can't block them because they're just it's such bullshit. So when I look at it, it's like only for $1.99. I'm like, dude, I would rather go out and buy a soda, open it, and then pour it on the pavement before I would give any porn site $1.99. Ever. Ever. Dude, I mean, since the 90s, porn has been absolutely free from everywhere. Yeah. And it's like, they want you to pay for this shit? No, I'm not paying for nothing.
I hate to say it, but I mean, even before the 90s, I remember in the late 80s when I remember dialing into a BBS and just being able to download digital pictures.
I didn't know that. Yeah. See, I try to stay away from all that because...
Why didn't that... Can you give me 1 second? I'm sorry, that command didn't work. Give me 1 second. Why didn't that work?
What's that, the hug? It worked on my screen.
But it didn't work for Rock.
Oh, it did not work for Rock. I see it.
Try it again, Rock. See if it works now.
Thorn's like, yes, BBS porn.
Yes, BBS. Yeah, that's, you actually don't even thank me, Squidly. That's Protego. Protego subbed to my channel, and she's like, I want my subscriber-only command to be hug. I was like, yeah. And I'll put it on without a cooldown so people can hug all day long.
You know what?
If one of my subs could try doing a hug someone thing just to see if it works.
You know what? I have a hug emote, or not an emote, a hug command now because of the fact that there's so many hugs going on. And I'm like, this is brilliant. Why wouldn't we want hugs? This is brilliant.
My thing is this. I want my command list that viewers can use to be a sampling of what people get, and then I want to, like, anyone who chooses to support my channel, I want to give them extra, you know? And
absolutely.
So I've got, there's a lot of commands that non-subs, just viewers, can use. There's a lot of them. And the subscriber-only commands are a way to say, thank you for supporting my channel, here's extra.
There you go.
You know, here's a little extra.
That's why I started the games on my channel. Because I wanted, and what's his name? It starts with an H. Healy. I don't know. He won the dice. He won the first ever sub.
Nice. The Yahtzee dice game you play.
Yep. I did him 2 rolls. He got 3 4s the first time. He got 2 rolls or 2 4s the next. I said, you're absolutely the first person to ever get it, and here you go. And he chose to sub to my channel. And then he got the spin of the game wheel.
Dude, and you know what? I saw 1 or 2 people commenting. They're like, well, in Yahtzee, you get 3 rolls. I'm like, you greedy bastard. It's free.
That was
actually such a greedy asshole.
That was one of my IRL friends. But the
okay.
That's why he was probably giving me shit. But I did start only doing 1 roll.
Yeah.
1 roll. And I thought after I started doing it, somebody was like, well, if it's fair, Yahtzee gets 2 rolls. And I'm like, I could do 2 rolls. I'm like, 2 rolls isn't a problem. And then when he said that, I'm like, you know what? Yahtzee is 3 rolls.
It is.
It is 3. But I think that giving somebody 3 rolls and a free follow,
all they have to do is follow you.
It's too much of a chance that I'll be spending more money than getting money, and that's.
Yeah.
I agree. Hold on.
I mean, you're giving someone a free chance to D baby. Look, it's D baby, everyone.
Say hi, Say hi, Do you see your cockpit? You're gonna be taking over here.
Yeah.
This is Simba. Your station soon.
Simba, one day all of this will be yours.
Listen, I told Becca, I said I don't want to make it in Twitch. I want him to make it so he can support me. That's what so I don't even have to do it. He can do it, right?
Yeah,
right?
Look
Exactly.
Look at such a happy boy.
Dude, he is so happy all the
Oh
time.
my God!
Man.
Holy DBock.
What?
Look at the time.
Oh my God! Are you serious?
I had this is what happens when I talk to people like DBock and Rocket. Like we gotta wrap up, dude.
Dude, I thought we just started.
We did, didn't we just start?
I think so.
I gotta keep it. I do. You know how it is. I gotta keep the palaver to an hour, though. I'm sorry.
I know you do, dude. I thought for sure.
I know, man. That's the way it goes. Just so everyone knows, what's gonna happen is we're gonna wrap up the podcast. We're gonna do our outro. We're gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna host into someone else. Go over, light up their chat, so on and so forth, right? And then DBock and I are gonna spend the next 30 minutes just talking. Just continue. We're just gonna keep talking, and you guys won't even know. It's not gonna have anything to do with you guys, unfortunately.
It's just how it works. That's just how it always works.
That's just what we do every time. I think we'll throw a host over to Gertie, man. He's playing Bastion, which I don't know if you know. Bastion is such a great game.
No,
but,
I thought he was talking about. Overwatch when he said
the game Bastion. It's a great game if you don't know.
Okay.
All right. Well, listen, DBock, you know how we wrap this up. Last word goes to you, my friend.
Last word goes to me, and I'm gonna say I think proper nerds. But if you're not, you need to come over and join the Discord at propernerds.com. And if you don't follow Rev, follow him. He's a fucking great guy. I love the guy.
All right. Same with DBock. If you don't already follow DBock, please make sure you're tossing this man a follow. Generally, one of the greatest streamers I know, one of the nicest guys I know.
Thank you.
You will do yourself a massive favor if you're following DBock1989. Give him a follow. On that note, we're going to get on out of here. We're going to throw our host over to a friend of ours, and I will be back tomorrow at 11 o'clock for more video games, right? All right, DBock.
Yes.
We'll see you later, everyone.
Later,
Stay tuned for the
everyone.
raid.
Rev is logging out of the system. Please stand by for a raid on another Twitch streamer. Establishing connection now. Please hold.